Hello, and welcome to Morpholio Trace. In this video, we'll learn how to export your drawing as a PDF, an image, a Photoshop file, or a project file. Let's get started. What we're looking at is an interior perspective drawing by Mari Volk, an incredible interior design sketcher, and we are ready to export this drawing. It's been complete. We have a few layers that the drawing is existing on, including this background paper layer, and now we are ready to export and share this. So the first step is to hit the export button in the top right, and you can see that we have a few different options to choose from. We can select PDF, image, which will give you a JPEG. You can select PSD, which gives you a Photoshop file where all of your layers from the side here will be included as separate layers in Photoshop. And the last piece is we have a project file which can be exported. This is actually a Morpholio Trace file that can be imported into another device and continue editing with all of these layers and all of the pieces that you've included in your project. So if you hit PSD and export, that will just create the file right away. But if you select PDF or image, you get a few more options. So once you have your file type selected, you can then select your quality. We'll pick best, which will give us a 4K print quality image. And so now I'll hit continue, which will bring me to the next export screen. So you can see that all the layers that are visible have their own layer sheet here. And if we export this from here, you'll get 3 images with each of your layers separately. Now you may want that, you may not. If you do, then you are simply good to just go ahead and export. But if you want all of the drawings on one layer, then there are a few ways that we can do that. First, you'll note that there are a whole bunch of options over here on the right. There are different toggles. One is for export, which will either turn on or off the export for that layer. So if you did want to turn off all the layers except for one, you could simply toggle off export, and now you would only be exporting one layer. The problem might be then is that you want all of the layers to be on the same page. So what you can do is simply down here, turn on layers, and now all of the visible layers in your project will be turned on for that export. You can see that we've turned off the export for the other layers. And so now when we hit this button, it will only give us one image at 4K of this one layer. The other things that are available here, there's a title block, which you can edit all of these pieces in the title block in your project settings. So if you return to the project page, you can edit them there. You can also turn on a border if you want a border for your drawing. Right now, these things aren't super editable, so there are a few things that you can change, like the title and the page number, so these items here. But beyond that, there's not too much configuration that can happen. That's something that we're working on for the future. The next thing is you can change the scale if you would like to change the scale of your drawing, or you can change the print size for the actual sheet that will be exported to change that size. So once you're ready, all you have to do is hit export, and you will be able to share that drawing either by emailing it, saving it to your cloud, or all of those different options. Another way of working with this export are these 3 toggles up here at the top. So you can see that this first one that we are selected on now is showing us all the layers, and that's the layer one. There is also this option, which will give you everything that is visible within the base layer. So if we go back to our drawing, you can see that if we tap on the base layer, if we zoom out and then tap on the base layer, that this is the full extent of where the base layer is. And so if we export just using the base layer, this is the view that we will get. And this is a collapsed view, so it automatically has all of your layers combined into a single file, a single image. And so when you export, you'll just get one image with all the layers. You don't have to toggle anything on or off, and you have that ready to go. The other option that could be really helpful is if you are zoomed to a certain place. I'm going to do a quick 4-finger tap to hide my toolbar. And now we're looking at like more of a zoomed in view of this drawing. 4-finger tap again to view our toolbars again. And now if I export and I go back, image, best, continue, and now I hit this toggle up here, which is our screenshot view, you can see that I'm getting the exact view that I had earlier in my screenshot, but all my layers are collapsed and it's just giving me that single view. And then I can export that. If you're just trying to show a certain part of a drawing or a certain area of a drawing set, this could be a really easy way to quickly share a piece of the drawing without having to export the entire thing. And that's it. You hit your export options pop up, and then you are free to share the drawing with whomever you need. And that's it. Happy exporting.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other how-to videos.